Okay, you guys, we're going to put this vinaigrette together. First, I'm going to show you a couple things that we're doing to kind of repurpose. I'm going to take a red onion right here. We're going to create the pickled onions that we're going to use for two different things in this. I like to use things as often as possible. So what I'm doing right now is just dicing the onion. Boom, quick dice. Nice and fine so that we can use it for the gremolata, and we're going to use it for a little bit of our birthday bacon ensaladita, keep it nice and bright. I like pickled things because they help cut through really unctuous kind of fatty things. So we're taking the onions into the rice wine vinegar, about a quarter cup of rice wine vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of sugar, mixing that around, and we basically have a nice sweet pickled onion right there. You'd let that sit for about 10 minutes and you're good to go. The sugar's dissolving right now. You could do this over heat. I like to keep the onions as fresh and crunchy as possible. Sometimes I like them where they have a little bit more malleability and they're bendable and maybe even caramelized, but this is a great way to do it, keep something fresh. So we have that going. That becomes this. See how beautiful that becomes? Gorgeous. We're going to use that liquid from that to make the vinaigrette, and we're going to use the pickled onions for 2 different applications. Green onions are going in. I'm just going to kind of somewhat strain some vinegar in there. This has some sugar in there, all the onion flavors in there. So we basically have like an onion infused kind of sweet vinegar happening right there. I'm going to take my oil, maybe about 2 tablespoons, and then I'm going to take a little touch of mustard. Mustard is going to help hold the vinaigrette together. It's about a teaspoon, and then I'm going to get this thing going. All right, you guys, we're improvisational. The blender broke, and I can't find my stick blender, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. So we're taking our grilled onions that we grilled on the grill, beautiful, blistered, charred goodness, and we're just going to chop those as fine as we can. If you did have a blender, you'd put these in the blender. We'd add the vinegar from those caramelized onions, and we'd add some oil, and we'd add some mustard, a little bit of salt, and we'd have a beautiful vinaigrette. But I'm going to get these as fine as possible. Boom. That feels pretty good to me. If there's like some nice like chunky green onions in there, I'm not going to be upset about it. So we already have our oil and our vinegar mixed together here. About 2 tablespoons of vinegar, about a teaspoon of mustard, and about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to grab a whisk. I got one of those. And we're going to emulsify this, guys. So we're bringing the oil, the vinegar together. The mustard's helping that come together and emulsify to become one liquid. Boom, one liquid. It's not separating at all. We're going to add our green onions to that. Boom. Green onions to that. Now we have what David Chang would call ugly delicious. Shout out Dave Chang. Delicious, goodness, char, sweet, salt, vinegar, oil. It's going to be delicious. We're going to put the dish together here. I'm going to go ahead and quarter the mushrooms that we grilled. Boom, those are getting quartered. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cut the asparagus into about inch pieces. Boom. I'm going to chop up a little bit of the arugula that I put in the basket for you guys. A little touch of arugula. This can just be, we're calling this a chopped salad, right? So it's just like, it can just be a rough chop. Boom, we have that set aside already too. We have peas. We have tomatoes that we've quartered as well. These are nice little grape tomatoes. Cutting those into 4s. Beautiful. Oh my God, I can smell the arugula. I don't know if you guys know, but I freaking love arugula. So good. It's like buttery, peppery, gorgeous. Like, it's my favorite herb. Anyway, boom, tomatoes are quartered. So we pretty much have all of our ingredients right there. We're going to take our Napa cabbage. We're going to cut that twice like that, and then we just can cut like this. Again, we're making a chopped salad, about a ½ inch thick here. We have our salad ingredients ready to go. We have our vinaigrette ready to go. Guess what? It's time to toss. Here we go. Adding our Napa. Adding our arugula. I'm going to save the mushrooms to kind of top the salad. Add our tomatoes. Add our peas. There's going to be so many different like fun bites in here. Adding our grilled asparagus. Boom. Toss that bad boy. I got gloves on, so I'm going to go ahead and get in it. Oh my gosh. Look at all that. And those char, like that char, those little bits of char in there, and that so much good flavor. I hope you guys dig this. We have grill flavor happening. We've got char, we've got sweetness. We've got a nice starter salad here, you guys. This is how we're going to get this beer dinner kicked off at home with, share some tomatoes there, with Craftsman Heavenly Hef. We're taking our mushrooms. Remember, that's going to be kind of like substituting our protein, but adding some great umami. Gorgeous flavor there. Course one, Craftsman Hef, grilled chopped salad.